And welcome here to Iowa for week 1 of tonight's football game. It's a pleasure. Thank you for joining us here. Our first throw off here of the season. Ball first. And they line up out of the shotgun here. Receiver on the right, also on the left. Handoff in the backfield. That is going to be a short gain on the play. Morrison, one in motion. Not this time. It's going to be handed off. There's the motion guy. Again, Morrison with the handoff. That will be in Arkansas. Letterman Bell Bonds, your penalty sponsor for the Iowa Woo. That is caught. Touchdown, Iowa players. Looking like we're going to have a handoff. Nope, we're going to go straight to the pass. That is off the hands. Cross that line when you throw the ball. It is a... drops the towel. Has to go 40 yards. It does not. So that's going to be a... Booth. Iowa pulling off the upset over Kansas City last year. The Goats. They're now in St. Joe. Pass back to the quarterback. Received. Owusu with the first down. That is Sharp back there at the quarterback position right now. Sharp looks for the pass. No good. Broken up by Duluth. And playing center. Do not have his number on my roster either. 17. And this run might be close here. That is a... gonna redo it, I guess. Not quite sure what it is 100%, but looks for the pass. No one there. Pass is caught. Iowa down. He was not touched. So back here coming out of the break there. This game brought to you by Fanclb. Check out the Fanclb app. Look up Iowa, but either way. That is caught. Touchdown, Iowa. And ball snap back. Quarterback with the ball. We have a penalty flag on the play. So action man in motion. That is Brown, the receiver. That's going to go opposite side. That is no good, I believe. And Rogers cannot cross that line. He is kind of like a javelin, I guess. That does go the 40 yards. Ball is... the ball depends on who is... got a back option just in case. Seems to be their set. We're going to have a little toss on the play. We got some running room here, and not as much as Morrison wanted. That's going to be enough for a first down, though. Used to be the two northern teams. We have a Wisconsin team this year also that is part of this. And nowhere. Have media timeout about 9 minutes, so we should be taking that at some point here. Probably change of possession. We'll also have good crowd participation out of this. You can't obviously throw past the line. You can do your share of... there's Tim Brown, our commissioner there. He managed to get himself a football out of that. This ball is going to be tossed away. That's a first down. Big. And trying to figure that out. Fake the toss. Johnson with the throw. That is no good. I thank all the advertisers around the arena. As you can see them on the walls right there. Got two defenders blitzing on that. This is back. That's tossed. We're going to have a little, I call it hook and ladder, Statue of Liberty for supporting these teams. This is back. Looks for the pass. Pass is caught. And Williams against the wall. He is out of bounds. Good pass, Johnson to Williams on that. Again, little toss, secondary pass. This is caught. I guess be watching from home. Guess that's a nice way to put it. 3.5 minutes. That ball is skied up there. From inside the 5, about the 3. Again, Johnson back. He can't run from there. That's incomplete. One of these rules. Iowa Woo, proud supporters of this Duluth community here in Cedar Falls. Handoff in the back. Defense is there, just short. No gain on the play. So this is probably going to be first quarter. Play clock working on the screen. We're either going to have a timeout or a penalty. We are back here again. That is intercepted. We are going the opposite direction here. That is Regria Lewis with the interception and the touchdown. Iowa on the sidewall. In motion. Might have got away with that. That is incomplete. We did have a penalty on that extra. And both those players really having a good game so far. This throw-off is going to be caught. That's a safety. That is a safety by the Woo. Good interaction with the fans here in Iowa. And this pass is going to make the yardage. And Iowa's got some room down the line. It is not going to be enough. Past the 20, though. I think it's Williams. I actually did not pay that much attention, honestly. I apologize for that. Snap is off. Just 50 seconds to go. Incomplete. Clock will run. So under a minute to go in Blue. Earn points for interacting, watching live streams, buying merchandise. Get a chance to meet Tim Brown. All kinds of other opportunities. That is incomplete. And this is most likely the last play. Welcome back here. Second quarter action. It is Iowa in scoring territory. That is no good. At least repeat that. That would be the expectation if they were at least one of my teams I own there, and I'm sure their expectation as well. This pass is caught. That's a touchdown, Iowa Woo. And big catch on the play. Miles able to bring the version. Okay. After the penalty, the extra point against Iowa. And this will be... And then, not sure what week it is, but I think it's July 18th. They will host the Axemen for the final regular season of the game. And then, depending on where they fall, will be playoff action here. Nowhere to go on this. We're going to have Iowa still. Out of the shotgun, looking back. Pass down the... That's going to be off to the left, opposite side of the screen. No good. Of course, coach giving his final instructions here. And so he is not the most happy position for a quarterback. And again, another penalty here. This back in quarterback position, nearly touching the wall. Looking back, looking for the throw. He gets this off. That is caught. That's going to be third and about 3 different ones. And then a final vote was selected for Harbor Monsters. Pass caught. That is, I believe that's a first down. See where the spot of the ball is going to be. They're going to blow it dead. Big pickup for Dan Williams. Harbor Monster started off with a quick touchdown. Play clock still running. Only a 20-second play clock. They do get it off. Sweep, and that is going to be down at the 20. Sometimes going backwards does not help. Snap back. Johnson pass. Pass is incomplete. And that will head to the fans. Look in. Back to Duluth. Again, the pass is I remember correctly here. Not 100% sure on that, but I do know that you do surrender it. Back to the Harbor Monsters. Pass is caught. That is dropped. That is incomplete. Wide receiver out there is Albrice. Back out at quarterback. That is Sharp. Sharp with the pass. This is caught. And Iowa lines up. Pretty much everything's out of the shotgun here. This pass is thrown incomplete. A little extra shove at the end of there. But again, one of the problems here, if you start running into some of that stuff, creates some major issues for you. Incomplete. To go. We are back. That pass incomplete. Vernon Sharp, QB, he's the main play quarterback anyway. A lot of room here for Duluth. Felder brings the ball out to in the backfield. Look for a handoff. We got some movement. Any backs or split backs, anything like that. Looking back, this pass is complete. Out to McAllister. McAllister flip in the air. Sharp trying to get the crowd going for Iowa. Pass is up. Pass is not complete. If it was me, but it's also three rather healthy guys right there. Still in the run lane. There it is. And that is a first down pickup and then some more. Back. Johnson in trouble here. Can he get rid of it? He can't run. He does get the ball off. Good pass out to the 5. First and the Woo spreading out this time here. One in motion. Passes back into the end zone. That is going to be intercepted by Iowa. And the Woo now coming out of the offense here. They're going to be first and 10 after the interception from the 15. That is caught. That is a dominating lead in this first half as 3:40 remains. Pass back. That is tipped in the air. Is it caught? It's on the field away from the camera there, causing unsportsmanlike. Interesting way to set that up. Passes no good. If that would have been a longest field, you don't want to give him a 25-yard drive right away. Good pass. That's going to go all the way. And in the back, it is caught, but was he... They're going to say he was hit in literally touching the wall. Or the running back is. Little halfback pass back to the quarterback. Outside. Good play. Down coming up. And short. And this time the halfback pass again. That is caught for a first. Good pass break. And there is a 2-minute warning. I was about to say, they should be calling it. And we'll be back. But ball back again to the Monsters. A little shovel pass again, looking for the halfback pass. That is thrown. It's caught. Is it good? An 18-point game here. Throw off from Minnesota. And nowhere to go on that. Brockman will go down with the Sharp back out there again. Quarterback, 34 seconds. 18-point lead going into the half unless Iowa can get something out of this. It is regular clock rules now for the remainder of the half. Good pass. I don't believe he passed the line of scrimmage there. That is complete. Pass back again. That is not caught again, tried to get to couch. All the other people and businesses that made this season happen here, broadcasters, support staff, whatever you are that pass. So back here out of the timeout, Iowa with the pass, nowhere to go, and the pass is caught, but the time will run out. We're going to go into halftime here. We're going to take a break. We'll be back after the halftime show, but we are back here now live, coming to you from Duluth, Iowa here. Throw off is off. This looks like two in motion. And the ball is snapped. That is on the ground. It is Iowa with the pickup. Trey Main on the opposite side. Williams on this side. Oh, we do have a back. It's a handoff. Brockman able to pick up about 5 on the play. Shovel pass in the back, just enough to make this work. This pass is thrown. That is Brockman with the throw. Second quarter, and then this half of the ball game here, making it again right there. Halfback pass back to the quarterback. It is touchdown, Iowa. Again, Felder quarterback position here. Again, same style play there. That is incomplete this time. A little bit. So Trey Williams with the throw off. Clock is running. Ball is touched. It is about 10-yard gain on the play. And Sharp again. Sharp in trouble. He is sacked back near the 1. Looks like they're going to give him Henderson and Lenore. This is past the outside against the wall. Play is blown dead. Passes back. That might be a safety. We're going to see where this is spotted. They're going to say he was at the 1. So again, the little halfback pass hit late, but this is a one-play touchdown. That is McAllister from Brockman, the running back. Any conversion would give them the lead on the next touchdown, but this is no good, so we will settle for a tie score. We're going to have a flag thrown in. So we are back here again, ready to go following the short break there. 10:35 with the throw off from Duluth. That is returned by Iowa. Iowa has room down the sideline against the wall. They're going to drop this ball, though. That's going to go out of bounds. That'll be... We'll give Iowa a much better field position here. And a bit of a jump on the play. We got a penalty flag here. We're going to have another penalty flag here. We're going to take a break here after this. Now we are back here again out of the penalties. I believe offset back to the quarterback. This is penalty flag. This is going to be a first down if this is pass interference. I'm going to assume the 1 yard line there, just inside of it. Sharp looking to pass, side pass, incomplete. Back. Incomplete. So third down coming up and goal. And we are back here again. Be sure to check out Fanclb. Look for the Iowa Woo in the Fanclb app. This pass is caught. Arbor Monsters. Generally Williams with the throw off here. He is again the normally be a punter. Returning is Smith. Smith all the way out to the 20 yard line. And the clock is rolling. In motion to the left, nowhere to go. Apiece. This is the opening week of the Arena League. You can check out all your favorite teams on the Arena League, including the Arena League on Fanclb. FANC. So again, back to Rogers. That is incomplete. Top four teams will make the playoffs. This is over the quarterback's head. Rogers will save it, but big loss on the play. That's going to give Duluth up. And Duluth down the middle. That is a feller. Did he get in? They're going to say he was down. So it's time Jamal Couch in the quarterback position here. Back to Brockman. Brockman pass. Caught. Touchdown. Sessoms with the reception. Close ball game here. 4:28 to go. Again, pass back. Caught up. That is good. McAllister back here for the throw off here in Duluth. Harbor Monsters giving the ball back. Williams again with the throw. It just made it, but nowhere to go on the play. Maybe a 1-yard return by halfback passes like Duluth has been working on here. See what their plan is. That is picked off. Ty going the opposite direction. Does he have enough? No, but that's going to be a 1st and goal for the Harbor Monsters. Well, shovel pass again back to the running back. Overthrown. Intended, I believe, for Sessoms. Couldn't quite get there. An interesting use of a quarterback playing as receiver here. And then your 1-score lead right now, 7 points. And back, that is caught. That time Morrison in there for the quarterback position. Morrison back in at quarterback again. Back to Brockman. Brockman runs the middle. That's a touchdown, Brockman. That is good this point on the way. And this time, well, Brockman will just be the quarterback. Incomplete. That is caught on the wall. That should be good. So back on the throw off here. Williams sends it off to Iowa. Iowa catch in the air at the 5. And still on their feet. Pass looking back. That is caught. Reception, plenty of yards, and a touchdown. Gerald Lenore. Back into action here. Iowa, extra point for the 2-point conversion. Nowhere to go. Good defense. No matter what team you're from, we do want to thank them for all that. Rogers with the throw off. Out of bounds. That will be a penalty. So we'll start from the in there a couple times. And again, the pass is incomplete. Brockman back. This time quarterback keeper down the middle. He's got to stay in the run lane. He is going to, it looks like. Good play on game clock. Play clock's running itself down, though. Pass caught. That is a touchdown. And big play. Marcus center. He'll be snapping to Feller. And then again back to Brockman. Brockman pass. That is going to be intercepted. We're going to have 52-38. Throw off here is Iowa's still on their feet trying to find a hole, but this time the hole is clock is rolling now. This should be the last few plays. Ball snapped. Pass is caught. Miles still on his feet. They're going to say he's down. Be the end of the quarter. Club YouTube access. 2nd down and 10 coming up. Iowa connects. That is a touchdown. Duluth, of course, being the northernmost team here coming to Iowa. Quarterback in trouble here. Rogers is out of the running zone. Out of that. 14 minutes to go. Clock is running down. Iowa going to need at least another score. They trail by 8. Ball is popped out of bounds. So Feller in the back. He is the quarterback again. Little halfback pass. Brockman with the run. Did not pass the line of scrimmage. But again, we're going to do the same thing. Brockman's going to pass it this time. Though that is deep. That is caught. No one down there. Touchdown, Dan Wilson. Going in backwards to the end zone. That's going to make this a 58-point ball game. Not really pressing the defense, just kind of sitting back, expecting the pass. Pass is incomplete. We are back again after that break. Appreciate you for joining us. 11:53. And Iowa Woo down the middle. Well, again, out of the shotgun. Receiver in motion. That ball is going to go nowhere, I think. Way over 20 seconds here. Iowa gets lucky on that. Pass is caught. 1st down and then some more. That's going to be a touchdown. Iowa Woo. And big play. Sometimes it's better to go straight for the shot that you're looking for. Incomplete. On the ground. We got a play break while he gets his treatment. And we are back again here. And penalty flag on the ground. Official having to jump out of the way. And the clock starting to run. Brockman in the back. He will play the secondary quarterback. Pass to the main quarterback, Feller. Feller still on his feet, but nowhere to go. Dancing around. And I believe a short gain on this. We are back here again. It is just under 9 minutes to go left in the game. So 8:53 to go. That's a 1st down. I think he's asking about the clock there. Keeps the ball. Brockman decides to run for himself. You have there, you can, not quite the conventional RPO option, but it works inside the running lane. That is another pickup for Brockman. 2nd down coming up. Actually, this should be 1st down. Hard into the wall. That is jury. We're going to take a... Nope, we are still back here. On usage. 6:38 left. Down the middle. Inside. It is a touchdown. And the pass was it in front of the line. And the throw off is up. It is decent return on the play back out to the 20. League action stats whatever you need. Try to get the man in motion out of that. There you go, on the wrong side. Now we are set. Rogers back. His foot is caught. That is intercepted. And Duluth with the ball. Back over to Duluth. Duluth fakes the handoff down the middle. Tries to go off to the side. Harbor Monsters out of the snap. That's a first down. Caught by Sessoms, and that play, the ball is loose, incomplete, I believe. Oh, might have been alive to be set. Now we're ready to go. 4 minutes remain now in the ball game. Ball direct snap back to Darius Morrison. Doing a good job of keeping the really kind of confusing a little bit here. Tackle in the backfield. Ball is off. That is Couch again. Couch. So Iowa, 2:43 to go. They have an automatic timeout at the 2-minute mark. They do need to score at least 3 times to get back in this ball game to get the lead. 2 times, and then they'll still be down by a point. Short pickup on the play. Incomplete on the pass. We are back here under the 2-minute warning. 1:56 to go and counting. Regular clock rules apply now. Extra play. It's basically a 4th down untimed play, 4th and 20, in order to keep the ball and have another chance. That connects. Couch, he might have a touchdown here on this, and he is going to be short. He is eventually chased. All right, coming out of that break. Back to Iowa. Iowa with the touchdown. And we are back after that. Touchdown did stand. And the extra point is nope, we're going to redo it here. And that is caught short of the end zone. Clock running down. Iowa runs in, caught, touchdown, woo, 5. And we are back here now. Iowa trying to run down the middle with the throw, incomplete. Iowa trails by 3. We are back. Iowa with the ball, 4th down. Clock should not be running. That clock should not have ran.
Fly away. It's the first time of today.